Hi everyone, Maxine here with Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. Today I have a couple of ideas for us. The first one is an idea book. So you get an idea on making something for your journal or filling a page or something like that. And you might make several of the item and put it in your stash to put into a journal, but then you don't have one to reference to remember, back to. And so I thought of an idea book where you could keep a sample of these items so you can refer back and make it again. So I started doing one. I made a journal. It didn't quite turn out the way I had hoped. And so I thought, well, I'll just use this for an idea book. But it's not really, I don't know, it's not working out very well. I did another one using some cardstock that I would never use for anything else and putting in pockets and stuff, and I don't know, that's not wonderful either. So I saw someone do an idea book, and they used one of those small, like planner size 3-ring binder, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. And then I thought, I got a better idea. Let's make one and just use these instead of a binder that is a set size, right? Use these, and it can be any size you want. You could start out with the smaller rings, and as it fills up, you take those out and you move up to medium size ring, and as that fills up, you take these off and you go up to the larger size ring, and you can just keep adding to it. You could also, remove, like if you're looking through it and you're going, oh, I like that, I'm going to make that. You could actually remove it, and then put it back later, or you can reorganize, how your things, how your examples are put in. Like maybe you decide, okay, I've got quite a few now. I want all the tags in one place and all the pockets in another, in another section or something like that. Anyway, it gives you a lot of versatility that you don't have in a set binder, if that makes sense. So my idea is to use, because I have a lot of it, black cardstock. It's 12 by 12 cardstock. Now you could use, let's say you have some scrapbook, 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that, when you bought it, you must have thought it was pretty, but when you get it home, you think, oh, I'm not going to use that in a journal. Well, you could use it for this, So yeah, just use what you have. You could also print out digitals, maybe on cardstock, and, use those, or, whatever you want to do, really. Now, the size of this, you want the size to represent, for the most part, the size of journals that you typically make, because all the samples are probably going to be pretty much that size range as well. But you have to keep in mind that we're going to put punch holes in here. So we need to make sure we have enough for that. So I've just folded this in half. So this is 6 inches total. And most of my journals are 5.5 wide. So the 6 will be perfect because that gives me about an inch or so to put in the holes, the punches. So for height, most of my journals are about 8.5. So if I go ahead and make these 8.5, then yeah, I'll be good. So that's what I'm gonna do. So, oh, I had this out to show you. So I've just taken my 12 by 12 and scored it down the middle at 6. It's easier to score because sometimes folding this cardstock, the paper goes kind of wonky otherwise. So this gives a nice crease, and it's not gonna, hopefully anyway, it's not gonna crack or anything like that. So now we want to cut these all 8.5. So, and it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. You're just making this for yourself. Oh, there we go. You're just making this for yourself as a reference, right? So, doesn't have to be perfect. I have another black sheet over here, and I know there was a reason why I kept it out, but now for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. Oh boy. So, you know, if you have a three punch, that would be pretty cool. I don't. I have just a handheld one. So what I was going to do, however, is to glue these pages together, because that is going to give the extra strength to possibly hold something on both sides that might be, you know, heavy, bulky, what have you. And using glue stick, like I've said before, it seems like glue stick actually adds a layer. When dry, it seems to add a layer to the whole thing. So that's going to give me a pretty what's the word? Something that will hold the weight of, you know. Usually in our journals, we, you know, do a lot of decorating on one page, but not both sides of it. At least I don't. I try and just do the one side, unless they're, you know, lighter embellishments. So I'm just going to do 3 of these as an example. And like I said, if you have one of those 3-hole punches, you know, you're golden. As long as you can, I don't know if you can adjust those to be this close together. I'm pretty sure you could. But So I want, oh boy, now I don't, now I can't. Okay, I want the folded edge to the outside, and yeah, wait a minute. If I can tell which is the folded edge, oh my goodness. Easier said than done, especially with the black. Okay, so I have the folded edge to the outside, so this is where I want my punches. So, do you think we should be smart or just eyeball? Maybe a little of both. Oops, sorry, I hit you there. Sorry about that. Where am I? Am I in frame? I hope so. Okay, so this is 8.5. So 4 and 4 is 8, 4 1/4. So that's the middle. And then 2 and 2 is 4. And that one is right about there. 2. Let's see. 2, 1, 2, 3/16. So let's see. Move that down. So let's see, 1, 2, and 3/16. How does that look? Well, maybe I want these just a little bit more. Okay, I think that works. So once you figure out the placement, oops, and you don't want to cut your hole too close to the edge here, you know. So I'm just going to give it a good 1/4 of an inch or so. Okay. Just like that. And you know, you could have fun. You could use these little things to reinforce. Or I've seen some people have the die cuts of reinforced circles, and they have all kinds of shapes and what have you. Looks like a lot of fun. I was really tempted. And I thought, no, 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 no. We can't have everything, or we wouldn't have a place to put it. And I'm kind of bulging at the seams with supplies and stuff. I don't have a big area, you know, so. But, you know, if you happen to have one of those things, I think that would be fun. So I'm just going to line that up. There's actually a hole punch, I think, that makes little hole reinforcers too. You know, it's kind of like one of these, only it makes that little round circle. Now that would be cool. I would like that a lot, because frankly, you know, getting out my die cutter is It is one of those Vagabond mechanical kind, which I got because I was afraid that maybe because of the arthritis in my hands, I wouldn't be able to, you know, operate one of those manual ones. So I just got the Vagabond, so I didn't have to think about it. But the silly thing is quite heavy, you know, because it has a motor in it. It's heavy. I didn't think about that. So anyway, that's what you do. And, you know, like I said, you could have a lot of fun with the reinforcement if you wanted reinforce. I'm going to, just because I anticipate it getting a lot of use. So we'll see. Anyway, so that is the first idea. And the second thing I wanted to show you was actually the first item to put in our idea book. And this is a pocket. So, scrapbook paper is another good thing to use for this. Double-sided will save you a lot of extra work if you have it. So what we want to do is, let's see. Okay. Okay, so how did I do that? Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. All right, so I don't know which way I want to go with this, though. I want the pink on the outside or the flowers. All right, so you fold it and you get your size. Now this one is 12 by 6, but your size could vary. And you want your folded edge, which is this edge here, you want this to be on the side that you want it in your journal. Okay, if that makes sense. So here's your journal. All right, and this is, you know, where you tie the signature, and you would have this face, this would be on the outside, where you folded would be on the outside. Okay, so whichever way you want it, you know, it could be either way, but it's just on the outside. That's so pretty. I guess I will have mine going this way. That will probably mess me up, but so you want to take the top one and fold it over, leaving about an inch or so from the end, and fold that straight. That does not seem straight to me. You want to fold that straight. Okay, now it seems really wonky. Oh heavens. It's an optical illusion with your eyes a lot of times, you know. Alright, so then the next one, the next fold is this one. You want to take the bottom flap and you want to fold it up just over where this is here. Okay, so I don't know if I ink this up a little bit, maybe that would help you see it. Okay, so there's our fold, and you want to fold this one up so it covers that. oh, about 1/4 of an inch or so. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay. So, there we have it. Just like that. Does that? There's something not looking straight here. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time fussing with this because I can get really fussy sometimes, can't I? So anyway, that's it. And what you could do is you could open this up like this, and you could sew with this back like this. You could sew all the way along here and sew all the way along here if you wanted to. Okay. And but what we're gonna do is, so what we have here is a pocket here and a pocket here and a pocket up here. Okay, so what we want to do is be really careful when we're gluing. All right, so the bottom, we can glue the bottom closed. So we want to run a bead along here. I'll fold that over. So just along the bottom. And then this one, that can be along the bottom too. Just like that. Okay. Now up here, because this is a pocket, so we want to just run a thin glue along the top. And this one, just right here where it folds over. I hope you can see that. So where this folds over, you just want your glue just right there. So if you fold over about, you know, 1/4 of an inch or so, then you have plenty of room to do that. Okay. All right, so now what we can do is we could do all kinds of fun with this. You can put lace. Let's see. Oh, that's not a tie, it's a little rubber band thing. Okay, so some of this looks dirty to me. I don't know. Maybe the person inked it. I got this from someone was getting rid of some of their stash or something. So we could do that. I don't know. This might be the kind that just unravels. We could, we don't want it to get in the way of putting things in and out of the pocket. So, just like that. Okay. I guess we'll get our fabric tack out and run this along here. I hope everyone's doing well. having a good week. Welcome, welcome to all the new people. If you haven't subscribed, please remember to do so. Hit the little like button and leave me a comment. Let us all know what you're working on. And you can always craft along with me too. You don't know what I'm going to do next, but you can pause it. That's what I do. I see what someone's going to do, and I get out the stuff that they're using, and then I just pause it. Okay, so that's the bottom. All right, we need to glue this little guy down here. Just right on the edge there. Oops. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so and we can put it along here. Well, maybe, do we want to do that? Or will that be too bulky for things coming in and out of this pocket? Maybe that's not such a good plan. Let's see. I had something else here. But, you know, things have a tendency to get buried, and no time for that. There we go. Oh my. Heavenly days. Okay. So I have this. And this is nice because this is thin and it won't impede with things going in and out of that other pocket. And I'll clean that side up. Hopefully it's still gonna work. And what's really nice about this is that you can just cut down the middle of it. And you have two pieces. Okay, and now let us see if we can't get some color on it. So I have this rose red from Stampin' Up. And what I'm going to do is water. So I'm going to get some water, and I'm going to get this lace wet. Now when you're dyeing lace or anything using these pads, it's always a good idea to get it wet first, because it will take the ink a lot easier if it's wet. All right, so I was just doing this earlier today, and I thought, oh well, this works out. I mean, you know, the other way where you stamp this on, you know, non-porous material, and you add some water, and then you can run your lace through it. But I was doing this earlier today, and I thought, well, this works out. This works out just as well. I think that's too long, isn't it? I don't know, it doesn't matter. So anyway, yeah, just like that. Now, you know, you might want to wear gloves. That's always a thing, right? I don't. I never wear gloves, I tell you. I'm just really bad about that. You know, when I used to work in the garden, the yard, I'd always start out with gloves. And I had, you know, pretty little gloves that I got at the garden center, you know. And I'd always start out with gloves. And somewhere along the way, the gloves came off, and dirty hands ensued, and ruined fingernails and everything else. And I think, why did I take my gloves off? I don't know, but it always happened. Always happened. So anyway, there we go. Okay, so this has to dry because we got it all nice and wet. But what I'm going to do is, so we have a pocket here and a pocket here. So I am going to glue it right along here once that gets dried. And we have a pocket up here. Isn't that fun? So now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the tags and stuff because, well, the pocket was the main point of everything. But I made a couple of tags here, and I have a couple of these little cutout things. So I am going to just glue those on here. Now you could make your tags out of, you know, the same paper if you use a scrapbook, or a coordinating paper from a scrapbook pad. These have been backed, so I can just decorate that. Which this pad had some, oh no, this isn't the one I was using, never mind. The one I was using earlier had cut aparts and things like that in it that lent themselves really well to decorating the tags, but this one I don't think has cut aparts. I don't know. I don't even know where the pad is now. Okay, and then I made another one here. Again, this is backed, and I don't know if we want a tab. Let's see how things fit first. Okay, so I'm gonna put that one in here, and it fits. It's a little bit long, I think. So why don't we cut this down a little bit? All right. So that. Okay, so this one would go in there. That's perfect. And then up here is enough room, I believe, for two of these. Well, those are going to have to get trimmed down a little bit too, but you get the idea, right? And this is the folded edge, so it would go in your, so here's your journal, and it would go like this, pointing out, okay? So you have your pocket here, and your pocket up here. And if you wanted, you could actually glue the back of it down on just 3 sides and have another pocket here if you wanted. That might be a little overkill, but you know, maybe if these weren't sticking out as far, you know, you could have a pocket there or something. But anyway, so that's my idea. And this is the first idea that's going to go into my idea book. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got some good ideas from this. And I will have to do a shout out to Ms. Paint-A-Lot. I believe that's her name, Miss Paint-A-Lot. That's where I got this idea I saw on one of her videos, and also on the idea book, except that she was using a planner size, and I thought, well, that's limiting, and that's when I just decided, oh, but using the rings, you can make this any size you want. You can keep adding to it. And, yeah, rearrange how things go. Take them out. Put them back in. Get larger rings when it starts to grow. And then you have one place where all your ideas are, and then in the future you could look through it to get ideas on different things you could make. So thanks for joining me, guys. Until next time, take care of you, love each other, and I'll see you again. Bye.